welcome to this episode of the Corporate Escapists TV show and podcast. I am your host, Christine. Now, everyone who knows me knows I get carried away, but I just have to say that this beautiful soul that is joining us, not only have I had the privilege of getting to know her for the last couple of months, but she has been one of the most amazing coaches that I've worked with. So before I get carried away, I'm going to hand over to you, lovely, and I'm going to get you to introduce yourself, and so everyone can see all the wonderful things that you do.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kirsten Maihi. I'm a creative development coach, and I work with entrepreneurs, mums and dads especially, who are trying to find purpose in their life and to also overcome limiting beliefs and that sort of thing. I've been a coach for quite some time. I've got a background in accounting, software development, and a number of different areas. And yeah, I'm glad to be here today.
I am so excited. Because let's just face it, all of us have these stories within inside of us, and those stories can either help us or they're going to hinder us. But it's also learning more of how to sort of push them, I guess, to the side just so we can focus on the future as well.
Yeah, that's correct. And what's also more important too is understanding and knowing what your truth is, and also designing, I guess, your values around your choices that you make every single day. And learning to focus on your true choices every single day and staying in focus.
Yeah. So you use the word choices, which, look, I've been sharing this to everybody that I talk to because I think it was just a game changer for me. Because when we think about it, you know, the world could be crumbling around us, but we all have a choice. But that choice is whether or not we stay where we are or we can actually look to the future. But it's our choice of how we actually then refocus as well. And that's probably one of the key things that you've taught me, is that the choices that I have to be able to look at where I want to go and to continue to focus on that.
And that's absolutely correct. And a lot of our goals and ambitions that we have in life, most of us tend to create them based around problems that we're trying to resolve. However, when we really look at our choices, we want to create our choices that are based on what we truly desire in our heart, and not to solve a problem, but to really choose it because we really want it. When we start to focus on that on a daily basis, and we do our visualization and meditations and focus on our end result, then it starts to guide us in the path to working towards what our true goals are.
Yeah, I love it so much. Like you have no idea how much I've been singing your praises, because it literally has been a game changer for me. Because, you know, in some coaching, you know, you will have to, let's unpack this, or let's have a look at why this is occurring. But it's not about that. It's looking towards the future and constantly looking at it, because you get to embody of what it is. So therefore, it's almost like the past starts to catch up to where the future is.
Absolutely. And when you are focusing on it, or actually creating your choices like in the beginning, you don't actually need to know the how. You just need to know what you want. As you start to work through and start focusing on your choices more and more every single day, you then have come to you what is always going to be the next step for you. So it might be a really, really big choice that you have that you know really resides with you in your heart. And you may think like, I don't know how I'm going to get there, or how I'm going to do it. But you don't need to know the how. You just need to know what your true end result is for you.
Yeah. And how, like for you, I mean, I know a little bit about your story and that as well, but how has this sort of practice changed your life?
It's absolutely changed my life. I have had gone through a marriage breakup with 2 little kids, going through COVID. At the time, the job that I was working with, I was a product manager for a software company. It was overtaken by a UK organisation. Therefore, they had a massive big restructure and almost lost my job. I was lucky to be one of the 8 that was able to stay. So with that all going on, obviously I had a lot of trauma around me. But getting into this work, it taught me not only to start focusing on choices, not focusing on resolving problems in my life, but also to let go of the past, and knowing how to let go of it. So even now, so when I have challenging conversations or challenging moments with family, exes, or whatever that may be, it's so easy now for me to just okay, that's not where I want to be. I basically, to be quite honest, I basically set anchors, put my anchors on, and it just disappears. So it's just absolutely game changing. And yeah, I've moved to the coast now. I'm living by the beach. Moved away from where I originally was. Now I'm focusing on building my dream home, and really getting out there and sharing this work to the world.
Yeah. And when you first got into, obviously, like the coaching side of things, so coming from corporate, to now running your own business, what's the difference that you've seen within yourself that has been sort of like a game changer that you never knew that you had within you?
Just more so holding on to the tension and knowing that I can do it. Like, there's so many things that we do in life, whether it be work, whether it be with family, friends, but every single person, it doesn't matter who you are or where you are, anything you go to do, your ego actually has a play. When your ego has a play, it's sending all of these voices in your mind. No, you're not going to do it now, or just things pop up. And it's learning to hold on to that tension and knowing and understanding what that ego is, or that tension is. Also, our dysfunctional patterns as well, understanding what our own personal dysfunctional patterns are. So with being in this work and doing what I do with coaching, it's also it's taught me to understand what they are, know what I need to do, and hold on to that tension and just keep on going, and knowing that it's just tension and it's just the ego trying to hold me back. So yeah, I just no more holding back and just going for whatever I choose.
Yeah. And how much of a difference has it made, I guess, like structure routine within your life as well? Like obviously corporate, where it's so rigid in, you have a start time, you have a finish time, and pretty much your whole life has to revolve around that. But now being a business owner, how much has that sort of changed?
Well, like now I'm up 4:30 every single morning, going to the gym, doing my normal morning routine, following my magic morning routine. And everything else that happens after that, because on the particular day that I'm working on, is basically I ask my superconscious, what is my next obvious action step to take? And I just follow its guidance, to be honest. And that's basically what I do. In regards to like having my family and that around me, well, they all understand what I'm doing. And I've sort of worked with them to, make everything just flow, to be
Yeah.
honest. So I hardly have any stress in my life around the kids or around, work or what needs to be done, because I just follow what I need to. Whereas before I would just be a complete worry and stress about what's coming next.
Yeah.
But when you're living in a creative structure, you're not constantly focusing on the problems and trying to resolve all the problems. And when you're in a problem orientation, you're constantly stressed and worrying and worrying about when, you know, if money's going to come in, or when you need to do your next task, or whatever that may be. However, living in a creative structure, you focus more on, you know, just your end result, knowing what your next obvious step is, and making it work for you and everyone that's around you. But the most important thing that has changed my life with this whole work is just implementing the morning routine, because it allows you to keep focus on what your true end result is, and you're visualizing that every single day.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so many different practices, obviously, that you teach within your program, and obviously the morning routine, you know, with it. But I also love the fact that, you know, we get to sort of reflect back and to see where we can make changes to, because I think we're constantly busy and we forget to stop and just have that reflection moment to sort of go, okay, well, maybe that didn't work well. What could we change? But also, what did work well, so we can continue to do it.
Absolutely. And that's what we include as part of our morning ritual, and also our 90-day journal as well. Is we have weekly reflections and we have monthly reflections. And also now we've just newly introduced into our daily actions is to help us identify where we're actually holding our power. You know, we could always go into a day and you know, something happened really early on, or you've got stress about what's happening in that day. But, you know, just following these few little steps that we have in our morning ritual, you can identify where you're actually holding your power. So, like, would it be in set A or would it be in set B? Obviously, in all instances, set B is where we want to be, because it's where we're going to have the most power. And just identifying those and identifying, like, am I in my, you know, my victim stage today, or am I in my powerful stage today? And just understanding that and knowing which set you want to be in, A or B. That is an absolute game changer, because it just even holds anchor even more so to your true end result and what you actually want.
Yeah, and it goes back to the same thing, which is all about the choice that you want to make and where you actually want to reside. You know, to be able to, you know, make your day, you know, either meaningful, or you can make it more hurdling at some stages as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to walk through sort of like how people can work with you and what that sort of looks like?
Yeah, sure. So I have a group. So we do group coaching, and also we do one-on-one coaching. So you can either work with me one-on-one directly for 3 months. We have different levels as to what will actually work for you. So we'll obviously need to have that conversation first. And then we also have our group coaching, where every single week we have a lenses process and a lenses group session that will basically take us through like planning for the week. And I will also do a quantum recode as well, just to help you remove, you know, any limiting beliefs or anything that's actually holding you back from really going for your true choices. And yeah, so that's basically how you can work with me.
I love it. Well, as I said, I think you're absolutely amazing at what you're doing, and honestly, just the passion that you have for it, it lights me up. So thank you so much. I just can't wait for people to experience working with you as well.
Thank you. Thank you
So
so much. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Before we go, I've got 5 questions that I want to ask you. And these are just questions that we've been asking all of our guests. So if you are ready,
Yeah, sure.
are you a tea or coffee person in the morning?
Coffee.
Coffee, yes. It's like, do not talk to me before I've had a cup of coffee. Um, if you had some quiet time, would you prefer to curl up and read a book or watch a movie?
I'll watch a movie.
Yeah, yeah. If you are traveling to a beautiful destination, would you prefer to travel by boat or plane?
Definitely a plane.
Get there quicker? Yeah. And if you were to have a dinner party and you can invite one person from either the past or the present, who would it be?
My nan.
Oh, I love that.
I
I
love my
love,
nan.
oh, I love that so much. And if you could describe yourself in just one word, what would that be?
Powerful.
Oh, oh my God, I got goosebumps with that. That is amazing. I love it. We're going to put all the details so people can reach out to you and connect with you. And I just want to say thank you so much for sharing your gifts with us today on the show.
Yep. Thank you so much.
For all of those who have watched today, thank you so much. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you've got any comments, make sure you put them below. And to remember to live life to the fullest every single day. Love and light to you all.